Chapter 10, The Black Hole Who Ate the World. People are always saying, "Oh, it's not the end of the world." They say it when it rains at a wedding, or if someone sits in a puddle, or that time in fourth grade when I wore the exact same shirt as the teacher on class photo day. However, if someone said, "My pet black hole is on the loose and eating the planet," someone else would probably say, "Well, yes, that does sound like the actual end of the world. But how would it go, this black hole apocalypse?" As I walked down my street looking for Larry, I began to think that any black hole would start with this neighborhood. All the colorful houses and cotton candy hedges and pixie stick swing sets and boring, endless days. As I passed a field, I wondered, what if the black hole eats every cicada and buzzing cricket and chirping frog until they're all gone, every last one? And then I'd say to Cosmo, "Do you remember what it was like to stand in the middle of a meadow at dawn and hear the cicadas?" And Cosmo would say, "What the heck is a cicada?" He'd never know. And I couldn't tell him because at that point, I wouldn't remember either. Was it a plant, an animal, a teen pop star, a law, a vessel, a cycle of seasons? Other things would go as well. A kid at school might try to say some common cliche one day, something like, "The dog ate my homework," except the black hole would have swallowed up all the dogs. So he'd be left saying, "The ate my homework." "The what?" the teacher would ask. The the student would shout, but nothing would come out of his mouth because the word would be gone. Doggone. Poof. And our teacher would think that a narwhal had eaten someone's math assignment. Soon, newspaper headlines would read, "Extra, extra, the new Museum of opens today." Or, "Beware, herds of wild have escaped from the zoo." I pictured Mom just sitting there during breakfast, scratching her head at the newspaper, wondering if they meant a museum of pastas, exciting, or a museum of used gum, not as exciting. Maybe the zoo had lost a herd of hungry lions, yikes, or a herd of adorable baby ducks, yes, please. She'd never know. What about people? If a black hole swallowed someone, would it be just as if they had died? Or would they be totally wiped away, every memory, as if they had never even existed? It sounded sad until I realized that I've been living the alternative to it. The alternative is that someone I love is gone, but I still remember all the little things and all the big things, and these memories take up all the space in the room. I remember how you would nonchalantly lean down and tie my shoelace, how you would dance horribly to a record, and the way you burned dinner when you cooked. I remember certain smiles and smells and the soft static sound of the radio when we would listen to a baseball game in the garage. If the black hole could eat those memories, maybe I'd start to feel better. I always thought the time I'd miss you most was when something sad happened and you weren't around to comfort me. But it turns out it's just the opposite. I miss you most when something good happens, and I can't run home and tell you, and I can't see how happy it makes you. Something as big as a scientific discovery I read about in a magazine, or as small as a joke I heard in the cafeteria at school. When I thought of a new constellation the other day, I felt happy for a moment, and then the happiness just disappeared. Dad would have loved this, I thought. The happiness disappeared into that black hole eating the world. So maybe it wasn't such a tragedy. Maybe feeling nothing would be better than all of this.